look over there? Big red lips, long blonde hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you stare. Like the way you walk over there. Hey, now, would you look over there? Long black boots and long hair. Say, come here, baby, let me get you stare. Like the way you walk over there.
This is the number one gift of this
Yeah, baby.
Hey! Big red lips and long blonde hair. Like the way you walk when you walk over there. Boom.
Little Ric Flair right now to get the morning going. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report for a Friday. It is Friday, December 2nd. Hope you have yourself a good start to your friendly Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends at atsstats.com. Follow the top pickers each and every day. Also at hockeypicks.com. Don't forget hockey picks, but get your Rain Report tip sheets each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you're located in the world wide web of the internet. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And this morning, as you can see, we are trying to put the department, I don't know what that word is, compartmentalize or compartmentalize or something like that. Anyways, is trying to put the shorter podcasts in shorter segments. So this way, when you wake up each and every morning, let's say you don't want to listen to the SBI. Well, if you want to listen to it, then we can put it for 10 minutes on the YouTube channel. Or if you want just horse racing, you like horse racing or you don't like horse racing, you can go listen to our horse racing podcast. Or if you just want to listen to the NHL, NBA, NFL, well, we're going to be here each and every day, every morning, and we're going to be cutting the segments into, still the Rain Report, but it's just going to be cut up into like 10 to 20 minutes segments. All right. So today is the NHL podcast, and this segment is dedicated only to the NHL, and hopefully we can bring you some lucky winners in the National Hockey League today. Before we get to the 3 games on deck here, let's take a look at the NHL, the standings after last night's game. Big win last night for Nashville over New Jersey. New Jersey, though, 19-5 on the year, and the one thing I do like about this standings, and you go to like the other websites or NHL.com, they put the overtime losses, right? And to me, it's like, 19, 5, and 6. Well, what's that all about? Just did it win or lose? That's at the end of the day, that's what gamblers want to know. Did the pick win or did it lose, right? So 19-5, you can see the New Jersey Devils. Boston 19-3. Vegas lost last night. They had a big lead, and then they lost it to Pittsburgh, losing that game 4-3 or something like that. Seattle Kraken winning in overtime last night, 16-8. Remember I told you better hit that F5 button in your mind. Seattle is for real, and you can see they are 16-8 this year, and pretty good road record, 8-2 and 8-6 at home. Toronto Maple Leafs 15-10, Dallas 15-10, New York Islanders 15-9, and the Kings 14-13, and there's Tampa Bay 14-9, and Winnipeg 14-7. Now the top NHL teams this year, look at the Boston Bruins. I don't know what the home record win is, but I think the Flyers had it in the 80s. But 13-0 so far this year. New Jersey, heartbreaking loss last night, 9-4. The Kings 8-6. Dallas Stars 8-4. Seattle, Toronto, and the Islanders and the Jets all have 8 wins at home this year. And your top NHL road teams, look at that. New Jersey 10-1. The Vegas Golden Knights 10-3 now after a loss last night. Colorado 9-4. Seattle 8-2. Carolina at 8-7. Those are your top road teams this year in the National Hockey League. And you can see the top over teams in the NHL. There's the LA Kings at 16-10-1. Florida Panthers 15-9-1. Vancouver Canucks 15-10, and there's Buffalo at 15-9-1. And your top under teams this year, Toronto Maple Leafs, believe it or not, they have the most unders at 8 overs, 17 unders. Carolina 8-16 to the under. Washington 9-16-1 to the under. And there's the New York Rangers playing tonight against Ottawa at 9-15-0 to the over-under. All right, so those are your standings reports for today, Friday, December 2nd. And you can see the scoring averages for tonight's game. You can see Nashville taking on the Islanders, the 29th ranked offense against the 15th ranked offense in the Islanders. But look at the Islanders. They are the 5th ranked defense in the league, only giving up 2.58 goals against average, where Columbus against Winnipeg, the number 26 against 16th ranked offense. But Columbus struggling on, hey, as Joe Namath would say, struggling on defense, allowing 4.14 goals against average, ranked 31 in the league. And there's the Ottawa Senators and the New York Rangers. Rangers, after a so-so start, missing in action a bit on offense, but defensively a top 10 team in the NHL on defense, giving up only 2.83, and that's because they have one of the best goalies in Igor Shesterkin. In fact, Shesterkin should get the nod here tonight at Madison Square Garden against probably Cam Talbot of the Ottawa Senators. They played here Wednesday night, and it was a victory for the Rangers. It was a 3-1 victory. Igor, 9-4-3 on the year, 2.58 goals against average, while Cam Talbot, 2.57 goals against. All right, so break out the board. Woo, says the Nature Boy, Bills Mafia. Yeah, Bills look good, and we'll talk about that at the top of the hour on the NFL podcast show. But sticking with the NHL, let's go to some of the games we have on deck here tonight. Let's go to game number 1 between the Nashville Predators and the New York Islanders. Now, the bookmakers have made the Islanders a minus 160 favorite. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast system play going to lean with the Islanders in this one, 3.1 to 2.5. The over-under at 5.61. You can see that the Islanders 6-4 in their last 10, 5-5 on the puck line. My line value on tonight's game between the Islanders and the Predators, I had New York at minus 117 and I had the Predators at 138, and you can see you're getting 140. So fair market value if you do like Nashville here tonight. And you can see the Islanders overvalued against the Preds, who are now on a 2-game win streak, coming off that 4-3 win last night against New Jersey. And in their last 10 trips against the Islanders in New York, they are 6-4 straight up. But the Islanders, they don't do well against Nashville. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings, the Islanders 2-8 straight up against Nashville, 7-3 to the over. And you can see the Islanders at home this year, 8-3 straight up, 7-4 in the puck line. And they've done pretty well this year to start the season, 15-9 straight up, and also 15-9 against the puck line. So basically, when they win by more than 1 goal. They win by 2 or more. And let me see here what any other stat to talk about. Last time these two teams met, it was November 17th. It was in Nashville. It was a 5-4 victory for the Preds. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt them tonight. And looking at the stats and trends of the Rain Report. Again, you can get the Rain Report each and every day at atsstats.com. Anytime you got a road team coming off 2 1-goal game wins, 15-2 to the over. So maybe the over is where you want to lean here tonight between Nashville and the New York Islanders. All right, let's get to game number 2. You got the Ottawa Senators taking on the New York Rangers. Now, these two teams met here Wednesday night in Ottawa, and it was a 3-1 victory for the New York Rangers. The probable starting goalies tonight for the Rangers, most likely you'll see Igor Shesterkin as Yaroslav Halak played on Wednesday, and look for Cam Talbot to be back between the pipes for the Ottawa Senators. Now, the Sens going to this one as a big underdog, 155, and I had them listed. No, actually, I don't have a value on them because they've never been in this situation against a C-type team on the road. $2.93 is the line I had for the Rangers, and you can see you're getting a discount at minus 175. I have the last 10 games for the Rangers at 5-5, 4-6 on the puck line, 4-6 to the under. The chance of winning this game tonight does favor the Ottawa Senators at 32.1%. That's pretty low, as the Rangers only had them at 23.5. Wow, I don't know why I'll have to do a double check on that, but that's impressive if you like the Ottawa Senators tonight. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings between the Rangers and the Sens, you can see the New York Rangers are 6-4, but I like the under again in this one. I thought that Shesterkin was going to start in game in Ottawa, but they went with Halak, and tonight you'll probably see Shesterkin start, and they are 8-2 in their last 10 against the Rangers. And if you look at some of the stats and trends, oh, look at that. After playing the Rangers, road teams after the play on Rangers, 1-12-2 this year. So, wow, that's impressive. So, any road team this year after playing New York, 12-1-2 to the under. So, that's an interesting stat right there using the Rain Report. And when the New York Rangers are at home, actually, any road team this year, any home team this year coming off a road win as a favorite, 10-21-2 to the under. So, you know what? I went with the under the other night between the Rangers and the Sens. I'm going right back to the well. Give me the under tonight between the Rangers and the Ottawa Senators. Columbus taking on the Winnipeg. I was going to say the Winnipeg Blue Jackets. No, the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. Hey, maybe that's why I was thinking about that. Maybe I saw them on the corner of my eye right there. -240 is the line. And I had -227, so you can see we're almost in the ballpark, but a little bit overvalued against Columbus. Columbus, I had them at 200. They are 200 exactly. They're on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a 3-2 loss to Vegas the other night, while Winnipeg coming off a 5-0 win over Colorado. So could there be a letdown situation tonight for Winnipeg after that big win against the defending Stanley Cup champion, the Colorado Avalanche? And looking at the last 10 head-to-head meetings, Winnipeg 5-5 straight up, 8-2 to the over. So maybe the over is where you want to lean here tonight if you don't want to lay 240. Winnipeg coming in on a 3-game win streak. And last time these two teams met was on March 25th of this year, earlier in the year. It was a 4-3 win for Winnipeg. And looking at some of these stats and trends going into tonight's game. And Winnipeg not seeing anything. Oh, look at this. Home teams on a Friday night, 12-21-1 to the under. I think, you know what? I kind of like the over in this one. And looking at actually, you know what? Be careful. Might be a pass. In fact, it might be a pass. 1-8-1 to the under. When Winnipeg's at home this year, 1-8-1 to the under. And when Columbus is on the road, they are 1-5 straight up. 4-2 to the over. So working on some details for that Islanders game, coach. Stand by, says the Nature Boy. All right, that's good to know because we want to get as much information as possible. All right, let's go to the stats and trends on tonight's game between the Islanders and the Columbus Blue Jackets. In fact, all the teams in NHL. And I did the on the opening bell this morning. And again, if you go to the front page of ATSstats.com, I'm breaking down all the podcasts in segments. So this way, if you don't want to listen to the horse racing, you don't want to listen to opening bell or NBA, NHL, you can pick the podcast you want to listen to. So the Rain Report podcast will be separated. So this way, we save you a little bit of time if you don't want to be hostage for an hour and a half listening to the entire podcast. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats and trends here. Anytime the Ottawa Senators are an underdog versus the Rangers, 8-2 to the under. Pretty good right there. Hey, that's not bad.
Straight cash, homie.
That is straight cash. The Rangers as a home team last 5 years, total 6.5. 2-12 to the under. That's more straight cash.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, and looking at the Winnipeg Jets, let me see here. Anything really to write home about? Anytime they're anytime they're a favorite last 3 years, they won their last game by 5 goals or less, and they're 5-2 in their last 7, 2-9-1 to the under. So there's your 80% club stats, courtesy of ATSstats.com. All right, there you have it. That is your NHL podcast report for a Friday, December 2nd. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to break this video up right now, but I'll be back in about 5 minutes with the NBA podcast for today. So stand by, and I'll be back in a few minutes with your NBA report in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Rain Report.